Hey, in this tutorial today we're seeing how to create some buttons in order to navigate different worksheets in our Excel workbook. For example, in this case I have a lot of worksheets, and for me to get in each of these worksheets is kind of troublesome. It's not easy. I will have to stress to be looking for the worksheet in question in order to get there. So in this video we're going to see how we can create a button or some buttons which can help us easily navigate our worksheet and equally make our worksheet have a better interface or look. So for that, I'm going to create either you can decide to put your buttons might be at the top or by the right or by the left. It all depends on you. Whatever location you want it to be, you can make it the way you like, but in my own case I'm going to put it by the left of my screen. So for that I will have to insert a column at the left hand side of my screen, like in column A. I'm going to make column A be empty. So if you have data here, you right click and you take insert so that it can insert a new column. So in my own case I'm just going to allow one column, and I will try increasing a little bit the size. So my first column is okay, so I now can start creating my menu. So from here I can design it any way I want, but I'm going to make something special here. So I'll select the whole column, like from the top, select all the column A at the level of the home menu or the home tab. I'll go to the font in my ribbon and change the color to be something let's say black, text lighter 25%. This is fine by me actually. So I might want to increase another column again, like insert another column, just that this column is just going to be normal, like no fill. So I'm going to increase it this way and something like this. Okay, fine. So in here I will want to put my BA heading for my menu, like menus. So I'll get to home and I'll go to insert. I'll go under text and I'll create a text box. So you see my console will be different. I come and I draw the area where I want my text box to be actually. So I'm going to write here menu, or I'll say menu bar, for example. From here, what I've written is the text. I'm going to click just at the edge of this box, go to click at the edge and then come at the level of format. From here I can format the way it can look like. In terms of the shading, shape fill, I'm just going to allow no fill. In terms of borders or the shape outline, I'm going to say nothing, and I'll come back to text fill, for example, and select something like this. I might want to choose I might want to make it, for example, bold. I might want to increase the size so that it looks somehow better. So that's going to be my menu. So from there I then need to add a different button. So what's going to happen is that we're going to create buttons which will represent different worksheets. Then we're going to attach some links which will permit us to then get to these different worksheets just by clicking on the button. So to insert the button in question, I can insert some shapes and redesign the shape. So I'll get at the level of insert. In the ribbon, I take shapes. Then from here, I can select the shape. So you can select anyone. I could take a rectangle, I could take a circle, anyone. You make a choice actually. So for me, I'm going to take rectangle. And when I take rectangle, I'll come and draw it somehow like this. Yeah, so I'm taking rectangle just because I want to take rectangle. You can take any shape of your choice. So I'll try and place it so that it fits exactly. And also, if you have difficulties in using your mouse to do this, you can use the left down, right up arrow on your keyboard, and you have the possibility to easily make the placements. So I'm going to redesign the color, change the color of this fill. So I can double click on it. No, I can right click and take size and properties, so that the format shape should actually appear this way. So from where should I start? I can get at the level of the fill, and in terms of the fill, I can take, for example, grid line. I can have a solid fill, which is presently just a solid fill. I can take, for example, gradient, and from here I'll have now different gradient stops where I can, as you can see, I can move the different gradient stops and put in different locations. So here I'm going to delete this one, take this one right to the end, take this one right to the end, and this one will be the one which increases or reduces the gradient equation. So if I put it somewhere around here, so you see here I can decide the preset gradient, like how it should look like, but here I can select the direction. It is not that really visible here, okay, not that really visible. So for me to actually make it really visible, I'll change the color of this gradient stop. I'll make it kind of lighter so you can actually see. And if I take this like this, you'll notice that okay, these are the different directions. So I'm going to select, for example, this direction. Okay, I'm going to make it linear, for example, and I'm going to select this direction so that it should be thicker from the edge and actually lighter from towards the right. So something like this. So just going to increase a little. So from here I'm actually going to change the colors. I'll not actually want this color, so I'll click on this gradient stop. I'll come at the level of the color, and I can choose any color. I could choose, for example, yellow, and this one I'll equally choose yellow. This one I'll equally choose yellow, the same color. So the difference actually is going to be at the level of the transparency. I can change the transparency, increase the transparency. Then the gradient stop, this gradient stop, I might want to take it something like this. Increase maybe its transparency, maybe this. So it's just a matter of the transparency and trying to build something like this. So this could be the way I want my button to look like, with the different colors and gradients and so on. So that's fine. So in terms of borders, I might just allow no line, and or it's fine. So from here I can double click inside, and this is now where I can put actually the name of the worksheet I am talking about. This way you really need to think and sit down and write down the different name of all the worksheets in question, so that you know that okay, this worksheet is going towards this button will be for this specific worksheet, this button is going to be for this specific worksheet. So I'll further increase this again. Okay, then here I'll double click in it, and this is going to be the dashboard. Okay, so I will click at the border so that I can have the possibility to specify whether it should be centralized at the middle, and also having the possibility to choose the color of the text, which I can allow make it bold, for example. I think black will do. Yeah, I can just allow black, and maybe if I want to change the font type, the theme, I can actually change it, but I'm just going to allow Times New Roman. Okay, so fine. So actually that is how I can create the button, and just something like this. So now for the other buttons, as you can see, if I come right here where there are these two arrows, if I right click there, you see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are actually 13 worksheets, so I will need to also have right up to 13 buttons. But borderless, we're not going to be doing the very same settings in each of the buttons. We're just going to duplicate this. Since we've already done it, we're just going to duplicate it 13 times. So you could copy and paste and so on, but there is a shortcut for you to actually duplicate. You take on your keyboard, you take a Control and the Shift, Control plus Shift. You hold this and you drag towards the bottom like this, and fine. So you take again Control Shift. Just going to do that. Control Shift again. Control Shift. So I'm just going to do that the number of times that it's required. So gradually. So I might not do for all the worksheets. Just make some worksheets so I can actually present to you how it goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'll just take 12 and 13. So I also noticed that the spacing between each of them is not correct, so I'll select all of them and adjust the spacing between each button. So I'll click on this, hold the control key, click the next one, click. So don't forget I'm holding the control key to click or to select multiple. So I'll now come to format, and under alignment I'm going to take align center. No, surely going to take distribute vertically. Good. Okay, so that's actually what I needed, distribute vertically. So this, I'm just going to place it this way. So now what I need to do is to change the name. This is not going to be dashboard. I'll make this, for example, sales. I'll make this to be order. So I'm actually giving the names of the different worksheets. So I'll call this sales archive. I'll call this order archive. So I'll just abbreviate it this way. Which other worksheet is there? So I'll call this expenses. I'll call this income statement. I'll call these items list. This, how can I call it? I'll call it budget line. So the order in which you're creating, it depends powerfully on you. I'll call this customer. And which other worksheet am I missing? I'll right click here. Which one have I not created? I'll also create one for settings. So the rest just going to allow it like that. So we can put anyone. So that's fine. Those are the different worksheets and the different names I actually want to have them. Just that so far when I click on it, nothing is happening. It's actually just prompting me to modify the cell in question, the box in question. So what I'm going to do is that I'm now going to add links that which are driving us towards each of these buttons. So when I click on dashboard, it should take me to dashboard. When I click to sales, it should take me to this, and so on. So actually I'm going to right click on it. On dashboard I'll take link. So from link I'll take place in this document, and I'll then select the name of the worksheet in question. So this is going to be dashboard. Remember, they can be separated in different. These are defined names. These are actually names that have been created in your worksheet. So here I'm just going to create I'm just going to select the dashboard. So you see when I click, it will take me to dashboard actually. So just that I'm in the dashboard. So it's just taking me back here. You select this cell. So when you stand on it, actually, you see a link directing you towards the dashboard. Like it will actually show the link. If you do not want to see this link, you can right click and take edit link. From here it's selecting dashboard, so you can now go to screen script and put any text you actually want it to show, like go to dashboard, for example. So that when you get to it next time, it will not show that link, but instead right go to dashboard. So I'm not going to do that for the rest. I'm just going to right click. Okay, so I right click, then I take link. So this is sales, so I'll select here sales receipt, take OK. This one is going to be sales order. So this one is going to be the sales archive, sales receipt archive. So this one is going to be the order, sales order archive. This one is going to be the expense sheet. This one is going to be the income statement. So just that it's not that completely visible, so I'm surely going to reduce the size so that it can make more sense. Okay, so when I click on it, you see it takes me instead to the income statement. When I click on it, it takes me to income statement. So if I want to modify, I hold the control, then I click on it so that I can be able to actually highlight it, or I right click on it. So here the text is too long, so I'm just going to shorten it. I'm just going to shorten it like this. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so yeah, item list, or I click take this and I take item. Here is budget line link. I'll take budget line, and here is customers. So irrespective of your worksheet, you can have just two you can have just what is this one is certain. You can have just 2 worksheets, you can have just 3 worksheets, 4 worksheets, 5 worksheets. I'm just taking an example here with a workbook that has a lot of worksheets. So you can just have any between 1 to 2 or 3 or 4. You can create your menu bar so that you can be able to click on it. So when I click on sales, it takes me to sales. If I click on orders, it will take me to order. If I click, for example, on income statement, it takes me to income statement. So you see, when it takes me to this income statement or to anywhere, I need to still continue selecting it from the worksheet name, of which if I had it might be in this other worksheet, I could just click on the button and it takes me back there. So I would then need to make it in such a way that I can have this in all the other worksheets. I can equally make it in such a way that to increase the visual effects, I will make it in such a way that the worksheet in which I am, its button should be distinct. However, it should be distinct in such a way that this one should show a different color, while the worksheet in which we are, the button should show a different color from the other buttons. So in that case, I will, for example, come here. So for me to select it, I right click on it or I hold the control key. So I'll right click and take size and properties. So at the level of the color, at the level of the field, I can change the color to be might be gray. Let's say something like this. I'll just change the colors for all. Change the color for all. But here I'm going to make the transparency to be like this, and the closer. Okay. So this going to be in full and this like this. Okay, so that the other cells, the other buttons will be like this. So instead of me doing this in all the other worksheets already, so I will hold control, click on it, then I'll take on my home menu, I'll take format painter. I will double click on format painter so that when I get here, remember for me to select this, I'll hold the control key, I'll paint it here, control key, I paint it here, control key, control key, control key, so that the formatting should then apply to these other buttons. So that's fine. So when I'm in this worksheet, the other ones are as if they are not activated, and to give a special look to the button in which we are. So what I will do is that I just now need to copy this and paste in the other workbooks so that they should actually look alike. So I will first of all make sure that all my column A and B's, so I'm just going to delete this. All my column A and B's are actually free. I'll have to make sure they are actually free. So I'll come here to view, activate the headers. So I'll always make sure that column A and B. Sorry, what have I done? Also, I'll insert in all the columns, in all the worksheets, make sure that column A and B are free. So I'll take insert, come here, take insert, come in sales receipt. B is actually open, so it's hidden. I'll select all and unhide and see what is inside. Okay, so just going to increase this. So here A is there, but B I'm going to take insert. So I'll just make sure that in all the worksheets I have column A and B available for me. Okay, this one is already empty. This one is good. This one I'm going to insert. This one is good. Good. I'm going to insert. Good. So columns A and B are okay. So what I will now do is that I'll select in the place where I've set up everything. I'm going to select then column A and B. I'll just copy, then get to all those worksheets and paste. So I'll get here, select all and paste. Get here, select and paste. So I'll do that for all. So I have copied with Control C. Now I am pasting with Control V. Control V. So I get to this one, select both, and I take Control V. Here, Control V. Here, Control V. Control V. Same here. Control V. Good. So Okay, so might be before copying I should have, I think I've already highlighted. Okay, fine, I've already given the different locations for each of them. So what I'll just need to do now is to get in all the worksheets. Like for example, oops, there have been some little displacements at the level of the different buttons. I could just right click and use the control key to select them. So there have been some movements in the locations. Then I'll just come to format, align, and take good. So I could actually also click on it, come at the level of the properties, and take don't move or size with cells, this option, so that it shouldn't have actually been moving and sizing with cells as I was copying and pasting. So that is just a way you could actually resolve the problem. So it's true, he has already destroyed everything. So I'll just want to start it all over. I will right click or hold control and click on it, click on this and all of them. Then I'll just come at the level of the shape, or the format shape, and say don't move or resize with cells. I'll lock. Then for all of them, I'm going to come at the level of format and take group, so that it should all be one. Good. So from here, if I copy these from here, if I copy all, and I come here, for example, in setting, select bold and click paste. Oh, I need to delete first whatsoever was inside. Shirts. So I'll come here. I'll first of all delete, then I'll insert 2 lines again. Then come back at the level of the dashboard, select, copy, then get at the level of the settings and paste. Okay, so this will actually be much more better. So for me to delete the other worksheets, I'll select them all with control. I hope if I come here, I'll be able to delete. So from here, I will also right click, and take insert. So just make sure that before you copy and paste all through, that you must have actually locked it and made in such a way that they should not be moving according to the sizes in question. So when you have it all through, so I'll just copy it again, just copy it from here, then come at the level of sales order, then paste it there. Good. So here too, fine. So what happens is that when I get to settings, I will make in such a way that it should be the setting button that has this color, and the other ones will just be normal. So I will then click on, like, hold control and click on this specifically, come to format painter and come and paint, hold control and the paint now settings. So I'll start it all over. So I'm going to unselect the whole. Come to format painter and the paint. Okay, setting has already been painted. So and the come might be, oh, get back to settings. Click on this, for example. Click on this one, for example. Copy the format painter and paint this one, so that if I'm in settings, actually, it should actually be settings that should be colored. If I go, for example, to sales order, at the level of sales order, this is sales order, for example. Let me go back to settings. I go to sales order. At the level of sales order, I will hold control, click on this dashboard, take format painter, hold control, and click on sales order. Then hold control, click, for example, on this, and then format painter and paint now this guy, so that when I'm in dashboard has the color, but when I'm in sales order, it's sales order that has the color. If I'm in, for example, settings, it is setting that will have the color. So if I go, for example, to sales, when I get here, I hold the control, select this, take format painter, hold control, and paint this, hold control, hold control, select this, then format painter and paint this, so that when I'm in dashboard has a color, sales has a color, purchase order has the color. So just make sure that before you copy and paste in the other worksheet, you must have in the original place where you created the different button, you must have set it up in such a way that it should not move or resize with cells. Else you will have to first of all when you copy and paste, there will be problems at the level of the sizes. So I've tried correcting mine. You will see when I'm in the dashboard, good, sales, order, archive, you see, in different worksheets in which I'm getting, you'll notice that the worksheet is distinct, might be with the color on the button, and the others are just blurred, so making it a little bit much more responsive. So that is it. Hope you like the video. Put in the comment section any questions you have, and get to you in our next video.